The red dress and black boots cut an unmistakable figure as she sprinted across the parking lot, her sobs so intense she could barely see where she was headed. When the motorcycle club pulled into the diner for their customary lunch, they claimed more space than the booths could comfortably accommodate. Engines idling in a neat row transformed the lot into something resembling a gathering of metallic beasts. 14 bikes meant 14 leather-clad souls who had long since mastered the art of clearing spaces without effort, and no longer questioned their natural command of any room they entered. The largest among them crouched beside his machine, inspecting a tire when he first heard her approach. He straightened immediately. She bounded forward without hesitation, both small hands gripping his vest as she lifted her face, streaked with tears, and delivered words that silenced every conversation in the lot. "They're beating my mama, please help her." In the same fluid motion, he dropped to one knee, positioning himself eye level with her on the asphalt. No pause, no deliberation, just immediate presence. "Where is she?" he asked. She pointed across the street. He glanced, rose to his feet, then surveyed the cluster behind him. No further instruction was needed. Nora was 5 years old, having traversed 3 city blocks in black boots that barely fit, purchased too large to endure growth spurts but not quite keeping pace with them yet. She'd bypassed 2 storefronts, a gas station among them, without seeking refuge because an instinct deeper than fear urged forward motion, and she trusted that whisper. Children possess an uncomplicated faith in their own intuitions before doubt takes root. When she reached the motorcycles, their sheer scale and thunderous presence drew her, these towering figures in leather she'd never encountered before. For a heartbeat she lingered, then something decisive stirred within her, and she charged the nearest biker with every ounce of her remaining strength. Bear, everyone knew him by that name, earned through 15 years of loyalty and muscle, rarely used his given name, Thomas. Even newer members forgot its existence. At 38, his imposing frame reflected a lifetime of deliberate choices about how to wield his considerable size. He maintained weekly calls to his 8-year-old daughter living across state lines, never missing a Sunday. As Nora's tear-streaked face rose before him, he dropped to one knee. "Where is she?" "Across the street," she breathed. He moved swiftly, joined by 11 others, reaching the apartment in 40 seconds. The unit sat on the ground floor of a building whose door had been kicked in months prior, repaired shoddily. The sounds emanating from within were the kind no human should ever endure from pavement. Bear didn't knock. The subsequent 4 minutes required no elaboration. The details weren't the story's purpose. What mattered was cessation. 2 men emerged changed, their condition ensuring no return. Carmen, 29, bore a split lip and a wounded wrist when Bear re-entered, her eyes meeting his, recognizing the source of the silence. A 12-year club member who'd witnessed countless trials yet remained unhardened, approached Carmen gently. "I need to examine your wrist." "May I?" Carmen consented. The injury required ice bandaging and professional attention. "I lack resources," Carmen admitted. "We'll secure them," Ree promised. Their conversation began with names and reassurance. "Nobody will harm you now. We'll connect you with what you need and ensure this ends here." "First, breathe." Carmen exhaled, Nora still clinging tightly. The afternoon sun bathed the doorway as the club gathered in their familiar circle of shared experience, proximity speaking volumes to those who'd survived together. "What now?" Cord asked. "We wait until it's resolved," Bear replied. "All of it." This was kindness's essence, not merely crossing the street, not just those crucial minutes within walls, but what followed. One member dialed numbers. By dusk, domestic support workers arrived. Carmen received urgent care treatment, new locks installed, and crucial documentation, a lifeline and a record. Knowledge proved its own substance. Bear located Nora on the steps, approached, and sat beside her in his leather jacket, tattoos speaking of his history. They shared comfortable silence. "I didn't know where to go," she whispered. "You chose correctly. You're very big. I know, scary, to others perhaps, not to you. How do I know? Because you ran toward me. They're too big, yet you ran 3 blocks anyway. I was scared. You were courageous too, both truths coexist. Will my mama be okay? People are helping her now. Will they return? I'll ensure they don't. How? 14 of us know their whereabouts. That awareness settles things. She accepted this logic. What's your name? Bear. That's an animal. It's what they call me. What does your mother call you? Thomas. I'll call you Thomas. Very well. Thank you, Thomas. In that moment, Bear considered his own daughter 2 states away, marking each Sunday call, each milestone of her growth, each opportunity she'd have to run to him with absolute trust. He'd kneel as he knelt now, knowing that courage isn't absence of fear, but action despite it. You did right today. Fear and stillness never belong together. Running and seeking help, that's always correct. Okay, remember this. Yes, recite it. When I'm scared, I don't stay still, I run and ask for help. Perfect. Carmen emerged from the apartment, spotting Nora on the step beside this gentle giant. I didn't trouble you. You prevented trouble, Bear corrected. Carmen observed her daughter's calm face, understanding now. I don't know how to do this. You don't need to. We simply stay until completion. Why? Because she sought us. That makes it ours. They settled on the step, mother and daughter together, afternoon warmth lingering. Evening brought transformation, the door secured, locks renewed, support workers' contact affixed beneath a kitchen magnet. Carmen wrapped in tea-warmed comfort, daughter peacefully asleep in the red dress. Remained, sharing quiet strength. I kept believing it would cease, Carmen murmured. I know. I thought it hadn't reached severity threshold. It was always severe enough. Alone, she'd fled. I lacked direction. Had known the path. You taught yourself. Perhaps you recognized need and sought solution. Something innate within Nora, courage not taught but discovered, propelled her forward. I'll protect her better. I know. How can you be certain? Because your declaration carried certainty, not hope. You already decided. Carmen examined the new lock. When did you trust people? Reflected. Gradually, one act at a time. Someone sacrifices comfort or safety anyway, and you catalog it. Accumulate these moments. It requires patience. You're adding to my ledger tonight. Indeed, that's why we remain. Bear departed last, pausing on the step, observing the transformed space, secured entry, fresh locks, light burning within. He recalled Nora in ill-fitting boots, running toward intimidating presence rather than away from it, guided by something profound within. Mounting his bike, he called his daughter before ignition. Not Sunday, yet she answered eagerly. Dad. Hello, how was your day? She spoke of ordinary details, and he listened completely. You can call any time, she said. He meant it. The engine roared to life, carrying him home through evening's glow, contemplating that red dress, those black boots, a child's brave choice. The core truth crystallized. Courage manifests when fear meets action, when help arrives from unexpected places, especially when they seem most improbable. Real strength lies in knowing when to kneel, real bravery in knowing whom to trust. Welcome to Kindness Tales. We're honored you're here.